Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the tier list, but now we're going to go over large diaphragm condensers. Please note this is going to be really subjective, and if you'd like to get more information, be sure to check out a very long mic shootout where you can actually hear each of the microphones and hear my thoughts regarding each of these. Okay, so here are my criteria. I love it, I like it, it's okay, I dislike it, I hate it, or it cannot be fairly compared. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, so this is the Rode NT1. You know, believe it or not, I actually like it. I know there's some folks that don't like it. I actually like it. I think it actually is better than the NT1 5th gen. It's better than the NT1 Signature, better than the NT1A. I used to think they were identical. No, they're not. This is smoother. This is the one to get. Buy this used rather than the NT1 5th gen or the NT1 Signature. So I would say I like this one. This is the Neewer 800. I love this microphone because it's such a meme. It cracks me up every single time I put it in a video. It's just so bad, it's hilarious. So I love that microphone. This is the MXL 770. I dislike this microphone. This microphone is deceptive. When you hear this in shootouts, you're gonna think, oh, that doesn't sound that bad. But when you actually work with it for a while, it's very stubborn. It doesn't. It just will work against you. It just doesn't sound great, especially if you try to EQ it or use any sort of compression or anything on it. It's also inherently like a really kind of noisy microphone, and at times for my voice, it can sound really lispy. So I really don't like it. This is the WA-87JR SE. I dislike it. So it's their take of trying to make it sound like a Neumann U87. Dude, they dropped the ball. But, you know, I kind of kept it because it's a good reference point for explaining what a bright microphone sounds like. This is basically a Lewitt LCT 440 Pure. This is what it sounds like. I mean, when I check back, I'm like, that's an LCT 440 Pure. This is the Austrian OC18. You know, honestly, I thought I would love it. But I like it. I think it's okay. I don't think it actually fits me perfectly. It's a little bit too warm for my tastes. And I know this is a hot take, but I'd rather take the $199 Warm 47 Junior over this. Or I would take the 200 and something SE4100 over this, which comes to my next microphone. This is the SE4100. I freaking love it. This is the cheat code. Buy this and you're done. Just seriously, just buy this and you're done. This is so fucking good. It is better sounding than many, you know, super expensive microphones. And for me, you know what I mean? For me, you know, I really freaking love this microphone. SE4100. Many times you don't actually see the microphone. You just hear it. And all these people ask, like, what microphone are you using? What are you using? What are you using? It's the fucking SE4100. You know what I mean? It's such a good microphone. So there's that. Sorry, I get all heated. I'm just trying to show you value. Okay, this is like $1,000 something. This is like 200 something bucks. But this sounds so good. You know what I mean? This is the Mackie EM91C. Cannot be fairly compared. It's a $49 microphone, but I do like it actually, technically. It is, but the thing is, I like it because it is kind of a warm, slanted microphone, and it's very rare to see that sort of sound at the $49 price point. But the thing is, there's some major flaws with this. So this will soft clip, as in you can set your gain perfectly right, but if you if you get loud, it'll soft clip, it'll distort. Also, inherently, this is a very noisy microphone. So I have hesitation recommending this. So I would just say it cannot be fairly compared. But if you're the kind of person that you don't get super loud in the recording and you want something smooth like an SM7B and you've got less than $50, this is your guy. It's really good. I love this. It's a very rare sound at this price point. You don't see this kind of sound until the $300 price point. It's just that it has some inherent flaws, right? So there's that. This is the Stellar X2 Vintage. Hot take. Okay, these are both going for that warm and dark sound. This is the better microphone, even though it's cheaper than this. This is basically the take of Stellar X2 where they try to make it more vintage. To me, while it is slightly darker slanted, it just sounds a little bit unnatural, right? So I bought this on a sale, and also I thought it'd be a good data point. Often, many times when I buy a microphone, it's not because I love it, it's because I think it's a good data point. Because here's my hot take. You don't have to be the best person or best scientific person regarding microphones. But if it's a person who's consistent and has at least acceptable mic technique, it gives you information. Because let's say there's some microphone you never heard of, but then you hear all these other mics in comparison to that mic, you will know, like, dude, that microphone is bright, or that microphone is warm. If the NT1 is brighter than that, that's information. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is this is information, but I actually don't like this microphone. I would say I actually dislike the Stellar X2 Vintage. The next microphone I'm talking about, this is the Blue Mouse. Dude, I love this microphone. It's a bit heavy for me. Pretty kind of a big, heavy boy, but this design is sick. It sounds good. It kind of is a V-shaped sound to me, kind of like a Knee King B. But in this kind of package, I dig it. I don't regret buying it. I love this microphone. This is the Rode NT1A. I freaking hate this microphone. It sounds terrible on me. What this sounds like, it's very bright slanted, but then my voice also sounds like it's going through compression. I don't like this. I hate this sound. Like, do not be fooled. These are not the same at all. This is a far better microphone than this one, in my opinion. Okay, next microphone. This is the PROAR 414. It's sort of this weird thing where, like, I respect this microphone, but I don't love it, but I respect it. It's really, really good. Basically, this is like a $69. Think of this as like a $69 microphone that performs kind of like an Audio Technica AT2035. It's basically like, it has no business being $69. It actually also, but it's not my favorite. It's because the brand and the company is just kind of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, if you were another brand, if this was like another company, like that I knew that offered this for $69, I'd be like, fucking everybody get this. But this is kind of like, that brand. I don't trust it. So I would say I like it for that one. This is the Oktava MK-319. I'm between I like it and I love it because I love the sound of this. This is probably one of the most unique sounding microphones I have. It's a very unique sound, but I don't like that resonance noise that's in here. But at the same time, I know you can mod it and things like that, but I just kind of like have not. That's why actually I have two of these. So someday I will mod it myself. But at least for right now, I would just say I'm between I like it and love it. Shure KSM32. I would say I love this microphone. I absolutely love it. So yeah, let's go with the next category. All right, so next microphone I want to talk about, this is the PROAR Fangdong. Honestly, I gotta say, I kind of like it. It's actually, when I listen to it, it actually kind of is a little warm tilted, but it's actually, I would say the only flaw of this microphone is that it just has a lot of hiss in the background. But you know what? I was actually seriously considering this. I was actually considering making a video, and I might actually do it someday, where I am actually going to do a shootout of basically comparing this to a bunch of expensive microphones, but let you know up front, the only difference I've done to this microphone is I just did a bit of voice denoise on it to remove that hiss. And in my opinion, it's just like, it'll go toe to toe. Like, you'll be like, holy crap, this little $69 microphone is like holding its own against like these other expensive microphones. Granted, that hiss is pretty bad, but it's so easy to fix with RX Elements. You just go, and then it'll just clean it right out. So I actually would say I like it. You know what I mean? And I know people are going to be like, what the hell? When this entire tier list is over, people are like, how are you ranking that as I like it, and you rank other microphones as you hate it? Dude, that's how microphones are. It's subjective. You know what I mean? So for me, I like it. This is the Audio Technica AT2020. I dislike it. This is kind of like, it's a good microphone if you're starting out, but it's very, very bright tilted. I don't like it. Also, it's bright and noisy and shrill. But it's a good microphone if you're starting out, but I think there's far better options today. This is the Aston Element. I bought this yesterday again because I think it's just going to be fun for memes. This is like $69. I had to buy it. This thing is a joke. I was like listening. I was like, this is such a joke of a microphone. It's so fucking bassy. It's like ridiculous. I'm going to say, I love it because it's a joke. It is a meme. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to hear bad. It's important to hear bad, and that's bad. This is the Audio Technica AT2035. I'm going to classify this as it's okay. This meets the bar for me for like, I always make a joke about this. It's kind of like, when you go to a wedding, you don't have to be the most dressed person in the room, but you got to wear a tux. You know what I mean? Like, this is basically, you got the cheapest tux that'll get you in, or the cheapest suit that'll get you in, where you don't look bad. You know what I mean? So that's the AT2035 for you. This is the CAD E100s. I like it. Now, I have some sentimental, I don't use this microphone anymore, but this is one of my first XLR microphones I started out with. Thanks to Boot Junkie. He actually it was actually kind of this which got me started in the hobby. This is a microphone that, in my opinion, suits more deeper voiced people, but it actually still will work for you, even if you have a higher pitched voice. So this is a really great microphone. I dig it, the E100s. This is the CAD E100SX. Now, basically, I find that if you turn on the high pass filter, it can get pretty close to the E100S in sound. But if you don't turn on that high pass filter, it has like a synthetic sort of fake sounding bass tonality to it, which I don't dig. So I would say its default noise, I dislike it. I mean, default sound, I dislike it. But if you turn on the high pass filter, I would say it's okay. It's still not as good as the E100S, but it's also a huge price difference. You know what I mean? This is the WA-87JR Jr. I freaking love this microphone. I love it. It just sounds, for me, it just sounds good. I like the way it sounds. This is the MXL 990. I hate this microphone. This microphone sounds super bright, super shrill. I don't recommend it, at least for me. I hate it. This is the Blue Ember. I'm going to put this category as cannot be fairly compared because it's a $39 microphone. But dude, this sounds really good. Like, honestly, this is a microphone that basically, in my opinion, sounds better than many $100 microphones. You know, this is the AT2020, right? This is $100, give or take. This is a better sounding microphone, you know what I mean? But the thing is, there are a couple quirks about this microphone. First of all, because of the shape of it, it only works with certain shock mounts. Also, over time, by default, it's a little bit noisy, it has a lot of hiss. And then later on, like, this is actually happening with me right now. There's like this weird buzzing sound right now with this one. So it does kind of question some things about quality control. But that being said, I mean, I like the tonality of it. You know what it is? It sounds, if I had to describe the sound of it, it almost has like a radio tone to it, but it's in a condenser format. It's hard to explain, but like, I kind of like it. I don't think it has enough clarity for other things, but aside from that, I dig the sound of it. Okay, next microphone let's talk about. This is the TLM 103. I dislike it. I don't like the way it sounds on me. I think it's a microphone that would work better for someone with a deeper voice. To me, I don't like the way it sounds. This is the TLM 102. I actually like the TLM 102, and I borderline love it. The way it sounds. I like the way it sounds compared to the TLM 103. Don't be fooled by the price. Just because this costs more doesn't mean it's a better microphone. You may find that this microphone works better for your voice. I like this. Actually, kind of gives me. It's kind of slightly V-shaped in how it sounds. You know, like the bass is a little bit accentuated, the treble is a little bit accentuated, but I really like this microphone. I think it sounds great. This is the Neumann U87. I would say I like it. I don't love it. I think the price is stupidly ridiculous for this kind of microphone, but I do think that it sounds pretty good. That's my overall impression. It sounds pretty good. It doesn't sound spectacular, but I think it sounds pretty good. But it sounds pretty good on everyone, and that's why it's expensive, because it's versatile. This is the Neat King B version 1. I freaking love this microphone. I love the way it sounds. And often, many times, people will be like, what microphone are you using when it's not shown? It's often this one as well. It's one of my favorite microphones. It kind of is a very V-shaped sound, and the bass is insane on it. And then my voice is pitched a little bit lower when I use this microphone. Dude, I got this for $99 freaking dollars. It's so good. I love it. This is one of my favorite microphones. This is the Toping CL101. I like this microphone. Actually, I might love it soon because it kind of has, for a $150 microphone, kind of around the same price as like a Rode NT1 5th Gen. This has a lot of low end in it. It kind of reminds me actually a little bit of the Neat King B. It's kind of like a poor person's Neat King B in a way, you know, or you might even like it more than the Neat King B, you know, but it has quite a bit of low end, but it has shimmer as well, but it's V-shaped. It's not like, so the WA-87JR Jr. is definitely warm slanted, but a little bit of shimmer. This is more of a, at least when I listen to it, more of a true V-shape when I listen to it. So I definitely love this microphone. Okay, next microphone is the AT4040. You know, I thought I would love it. I thought I would. But now that I've actually heard it in person, it's actually a lot brighter than I thought it would be. So I actually don't, I'm between it's okay and I dislike it. I'm like right about in here. Like, I wouldn't buy this, honestly. Like, if I, like, well, I mean, obviously I did, but it's more for just for, because it's important for my channel, but I wouldn't buy this. I like, this is not a microphone I would pay $300 for. You know, honestly, I don't have it right here, but I'd rather have the SE4100, which is basically cheaper than this and suits better for me in my opinion. But that's my thoughts regarding the AT4040. This is the LCT 440 Pure. Dude, I hate this microphone. Now, what I do want to say is, this is subjective. This is kind of like, okay, I don't know if you guys ever played Diablo 3 or Diablo whatever. You know, you walk around and you see this like fucking OP weapon, like, but it's not for you. It's like a bow and arrow, but you're not a bow and arrow person. You're an axe person. Or it'll be like some super awesome like shield, but you're not a sword and shields person. It's like, this is for someone else. This is like a god tier weapon for someone else, but for me, it's like useless. It's just like, you stay on the ground, or I'll sell this for something. You know what I mean? This is too bright, way too freaking bright for my voice, but this will do wonders for someone with a deeper voice. So there's that. This is the 512 Skylight. I hate this microphone. This microphone makes my voice sound like I have cotton balls in my mouth. I don't like the way it sounds, so I hate it. But I think it's a good reference point because people see it for $49 and they're curious. This is the Blue Baby bottle. This is a weird situation. I love this microphone, but I know it's not for me. So I love it, but it's not for me. This microphone is super, super woolly, super, super dark, even for me. You know what I mean? This is like, I could see this working wonders on female vocals. And if you look at old forums like Gearspace, they always used to recommend this microphone for female vocals because this is so warm. This is essentially a Shure SM7B in condenser form. I literally have videos showing where like they have very similar vibes going on here. You know what I mean? But it's not for me. But I love this microphone. I would say I love it. This is the SE X1A. I don't like the sound of it. It makes my voice, it makes me sound younger, and it's higher pitched and bright, but it makes me sound younger, and I don't like that. But I could see that being valuable for other things, but I don't like it. It just makes me sound younger. I don't like it. This is the Rode NT1 5th Gen. I dislike it. You know, like I said, this is not the NT1 4th Gen. I actually think the NT1 4th Gen is better. And they're not the same. The NT1 4th Gen is a little smoother, a little darker tilted. I just prefer the NT1 4th Gen more than this. So that's my 2 cents regarding that. All right, here is the Neat Worker Bee. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. At $69, I found what's kind of crazy is I'm not saying they're identical. No, I'm just saying they gave me, when I was editing video and I was actually listening to audio, these two microphones, the TLM 102 and this, there were times where like I'd be like confused. I'm like, well, is it the same track? You know, because they're really close. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying they're exactly close, but there are certain things where this kind of has a similar tonality to that microphone. It's kind of like, but I really like the sound of this microphone as well. And for $69, you could do a lot worse. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. And you guys have a great day.